I don't know. Hello, guys. Sorry. All right, sorry. I apologize. Really. Oh my God, this I blew it big time. I thought this was going to be such a great show tonight. Um, Apologize because I hit the wrong button big time. But anyway, thank you guys for following me over, and um, I appreciate it. And there's Hot Rod. Good to see you, Hot Rod, and Dominic. How you doing? And now, hopefully, Ken will be coming over.
Hey,
Ken, I sent you the new link.
okay.
Everybody's coming in on a new link. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, sorry about that. I thought this was going to go great. I was in costume and everything. But anyway, this is this is my mask, and I tell you, it was getting hot in there. I couldn't wait to get it off. Hey, Stephen Drones, how you doing? Joe Fodolio, you missed my great introduction. And then when I went to bring Ken in, I blew the whole stream. So he's going to be joining us shortly. But sorry about that, guys. But things like that happen, in Hollywood. But anyway, um, and I tell you, and how you guys doing? Everybody's good, I hope. But these mix-ups happen. Actually, that's the first time there was one other time when I first started. I blew the stream and I had to bring myself right back in, but I did not end the stream. So, but this was different where I had to create a whole new stream, and I appreciate you guys following me over. Thank you very much. Warren, you're back in good. Mark Sullivan, how you doing? Brian, you're back in good. Thank you guys. Angel, how you doing? And I tell you, Ken's in the back room. He I'm bringing him right in now, guys. So welcome, Ken. Hey,
Happy
where
Halloween.
where'd Ken go?
I knew I could destroy the stream.
I'm telling you, I tell you, I love it. I really do. But anyway, guys, welcome the Red Devil. I guess we'll call you the Red Devil tonight. But that's a great mask. It
Thank you.
really
Appreciate
is.
it.
So I tell you, I blew it big time, Ken. So I have to apologize to you and everybody in the chat. I went to bring you in and I hit the end the stream button. Don't ask me how, but I apologize. But anyway, we got most everybody. They followed us over, and Jack Lake Pilot has come into the stream, and we really appreciate it, guys. It's Halloween Eve, and I was in costume. I had this on for my little introduction, and Ken went out, and he uh, he ended up getting that mask, and I like your mask, Ken.
Thank you.
Where did you end up getting it?
At Walgreens, I just went out and found something real quick.
Oh wow, okay, cool. But anyway, you know, um, I want to welcome Ken. Thank you very much. I know you're a busy guy, Ken. It's hard to get you scheduled for these live streams because you're always working, traveling and working. But thank you for being on tonight.
No, I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be on. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and you were one of the first guys that I became friendly with on the live streams. And then you found out I went down to Florida, and you said we got to get together. And we did. We got together down in Florida. You're up in St. Augustine. You don't mind me telling everybody that, right?
Don't mind at all.
But briefly, or take as long as you want, tell the people how you became involved in drones.
Well, everybody I think basically that knows me knows I'm in the insurance business and I'm not getting any younger. So originally I bought a drone hoping to use it for roof inspections. And so I bought it and then quickly realized I was not going to get to use it for roof inspections. I've been doing this now for 7 years and never once have been able to use a drone with my job. My company won't let us use it. So I fell in love just flying drones. First drone was one of these little guys right here, a little Cheerson
Oh,
that
look
I
at
would
that thing.
practice with. And then I got my second drone. It was called a Latrax Alias. And it looks like this. I have actually have two of them. And these little guys don't have cameras on them or anything. You fly them line of sight. And they do have buttons on them to press where they'll do flips and rolls and things like that, which are a lot of fun. Then after that, I got a Hubsan 501S, but I don't have it anymore. And then I got a little Spark, which I actually still have my Spark.
Oh, there's a Spark.
Never going to
Okay.
sell this. I like this guy.
Right, right. How did you like it? Did that fly well? I mean, it was a DJI drone, right?
It's heavy. It's rock solid in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, if I remember correctly, it's just a 2-axis gimbal, I think, on it. But it's 1080p.
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun. So I started out with camera drones and then got into some FPV as well. And then I got my Par 107.
That's what I was going to say.
About 4.5, 5 years ago, I got my Part 107, almost right when it came out. And then the rest is history. I just been having fun flying drones, and I still love camera drones and FPV. So I have not gone to the dark side. I'm on both sides.
Oh, okay. You're still flying camera drones. Well, that's good. It's good to hear that, really. And you just renewed your Part 107, right?
I did about 2 weeks ago. It was extremely easy.
So what do you have to do when you renew it? I understand it's a lot easier now.
You just go, crap, I don't remember the website, but you basically go to the website, you sign in with all of your legal information, and then you basically you can click through everything or you can sit there and read everything. When you get to the end to take the test, it's all the same questions that you're normally used to on the regular Part 107, except there's no like METAR questions or NOTAMs, none of that. There is some airspace questions on there, but the rest of it was real easy. And then just like the trust test, you have to get 100 on it. I took the whole test not knowing that. I only missed one, so I did really good. But then at the end, it says, hey, you missed one. This is the one you missed, and this is the right answer. Go back and click it. So I had to go back, click the right answer, and then it gave me 100. It gave me a passing score.
All right. Okay. So it's easy then. And you can't really fail. You can just keep.
You can't.
Right. That's great. But that's great that you're a Part 107 pilot. But you really picked up FPV, quick. I remember when I first met you, you were somewhat new at it at the time,
I was.
And you just got better and better. And you're really a great FPV pilot now.
I appreciate it. I'm part of Quad Mafia. Mikey and
okay,
Joe
tell us about that.
is in the house.
Yeah.
No, Quad Mafia is a group of us, and we have our own web page, our own Facebook page. We actually did an event this year that was in Eagle River, Wisconsin, and we called it the Palooza. You got to make sure you say the ooza, or I'll get in trouble with these guys. But I'm starting to think I'm an honorary pilot. Yes, I can get up. I can fly acro. I can do some tricks. But some of the pilots that are coming on board right now are incredible. If they're not professional pilots, they should be. They're that good.
Yeah. Well, I know that was a big event up there at I mean, there's so many meetups now, really, there really are. It's hard to get to them all because there's so many of them,
Yeah, Mikey and Sergio up in Chicago, they're kind of the main people who have created Quad Mafia. I think Maddie was a part of that as well, and I think Doc Murdoch are kind of the original founders of it. So I got to give them credit. Those guys are awesome.
We got a question for you, Ken, from Paul Brown. He says, "What do you do when you have to uh, place it there instead?"
I go there so I can place it here.
That was a good one, Paul. I'll tell you. But I'm proudly wearing your shirt,
I
and
saw
I
that.
tell you, I
Thank
love
you.
your logo. It really is a cool logo. It,
Appreciate it.
and I remember when you were designing it and all of that, and you know, it's great. Place it here. I love it. I really do.
Thanks.
Um,
I used to own a company, a small, very small company, and the name of it was Place It Here, and we just kind of dissolved it, and I just kind of held on to the name, and you can use it for whatever you want. So I was like, what the heck? I'll make it my YouTube channel. So I did.
yeah, great, great. I know I've been studying to get my part 107, and I tell you, I don't want to go back to work, Ken. I'm retired, as you know, and as much as I'd like to get my part 107, I just don't want to be tempted to go back to work.
I don't use it to make money though, Ray. I mean, I got it originally because I thought I was going to use it to make money, but I didn't have to renew it. I've renewed it twice now. And I've had my Part 107 probably for 5 years, and I've never once made a dollar from having it. So I like it just because I have the extra knowledge of knowing. And if someone does question me, I can show them a Part 107 card, and I look a little bit more legit that way to them, and they don't
Right, right.
harass me quite as much.
Yeah, yeah. We got a little question from Johnny. Johnny is Johnny Drone Flyer, an awesome guy.
um, well, he hasn't made me sausage yet, but other than that, yes.
I know.
Johnny took me to fly. I saw Johnny a few weeks ago with Cat and
Yeah,
Joe and his son-in-law, and we went out and flew. And y'all all saw that accident that was on I-55 there in
yeah.
Louisiana. Well, when they show the overhead shots where all the fire trucks and stuff are parked in that green field, that's where we flew. We flew right there in that area. It was crazy.
And Hot Rod, he says, Ken, you helped him go over to the dark side.
Yeah, I did. Hot Rod came over last weekend, and we got some of his quads set up, and he's now up in the air flying. And we got he's got liftoff on his computer and has been flying a simulator. So, and he's been texting me. I flew 2 hours in a simulator today, and I'm doing good. And he's been sending me videos and whatnot. And he's learning really, really fast. But I think that's because he's trying really hard.
So really, give us the true scoop on Johnny and Joe. You had the opportunity to fly with them.
They're very, very nice guys. That's the easiest way of putting it. It was just like hanging out with my friends on a day-to-day basis. We all flew Avadas that day. Actually, I think Captain Joe may have flown his Mavic 3. He didn't fly his Avata, but everybody else had an Avata, and we were all just flying around, talking, having a good time. We took turns flying. Nobody really flew at the same time, but there were only four of us there.
Got to
So,
be careful what you say about Captain Joe now. He's in the chat.
uh-oh.
How you doing,
No,
Captain Joe?
Captain Joe gave me some stickers, so he's definitely a good guy.
And Michael, how you doing, Michael? Michael
So
Drones and RCs. And
everybody's gonna probably go back and watch Johnny's video, but I'm not gonna say exactly which one it was, but I'm just gonna say in one of the videos that he was flying, and he doesn't even realize this. I should not admit this on a live stream, but I may have been using the restroom by my truck, and I don't think he noticed in the video. So
okay, sounds
my
good.
back was to the camera.
We'll be looking out for that. But anyway,
So,
Lambo's in the house. How you doing?
hey, Brett.
Um, but I tell you, if anybody has any questions for Ken, put them in the chat. We'll try to keep an eye out for them. But Ken, really, you and I have been flying together quite a bit. When I get down to Florida, you come down to visit me, or I go up to St. Augustine and visit you.
Mhm.
And you shared your secret spot with me up there.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that. I do. And we're going to be getting together in a couple, well, the end of November, right?
About
Hopefully,
November 26th, 27th, right? One of those 2
hopefully
days.
you'll be available. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
coming up there.
I'm trying to be in town for that time.
Good, good. I'm looking forward to flying with you again. But listen, for you guys that don't know, Ken was one of the really founders of the South Florida Drone Meetup. He was very instrumental because what happened was Ken and myself and Maddie and Mitch, uh, we had a little meetup in Jensen Beach, and we had a good time. Don't you agree, Ken?
That was a great time. I remember barbecuing, and I remember it was windy as heck. And
Maddie
no
brought his
sun.
family. We met his
Mhm.
lovely wife and kids, and that day gave us the idea to have the South Florida Drone Meetup.
That's kind of how we all started becoming really good friends and stuff. After we did that little mini meetup, we were like, we got to do this more often.
I know. And if I can find the video, I'm going to show a little bit of that, because that was a great day, and it really gave us. And we had no idea that people would actually come to the South Florida Drone Meetup, but we thought it might have been just us again, right?
Yep. We thought it was so far away that nobody was going to come to it, but we said we were just going to do it anyways.
I know. Do you happen to have the video?
Yeah, I can go to.
Do you know how to share it?
Well, no, I've actually never shared before, but if I paste a link into the chat, can you click on it that way and do it?
No, I don't think so. I'll blow the stream again.
All right, well, hang on. Let me try to find it, and I'll try to figure out how to share it. Hang on one second. I'll be right back.
All right. But anyway, it was a fun day. We all met in Jensen Beach, and we flew drones, and we came up with this idea to have another little meetup, and we did, and we scheduled it accordingly. And the first one we ended up having up in Sebastian, and it turned out to be a total success. And I got to say, thank you to Ken, really, because he was one of the founders of the South Florida Drone Meetup. And while I'm talking about it, we got 84 people signed up to come, just to let you know.
Wow.
I'm amazed, because I think it's going to be bigger than last year. And that's great. It really is. Not that you always wanted to keep getting bigger and bigger, because, it's all about meeting people and having a good time. And that's what it's all about, really. But for those who don't know, we're going to have it again next year, the 4th annual, on April 6, 2024, in Jensen Beach, Florida, at the Jensen Beach Causeway Park. It's free to come. All right. And but we have raffle prizes. Hopefully we'll have a lot, just like we've had the past 2 years. But again, I got to give Ken a lot of credit, because he was one of the founders. And right now I'm going to take time to show you that first mini meetup that Ken and I and Matt and Mitch had. So
tell me when to hit play, because I
play. Go ahead.
My screen. You want me to play the music or leave it muted?
Yeah, the music's good. Yeah, I know that theme.
Okay.
But this is where we had our first little mini meetup. And this gave us the idea to have another one. But we switched the location to the other side of the bridge, just to let everybody know. But it was a fun day. So you want to talk about it, Ken? What drone are you flying here? I forget.
I think it was the Air 2. I don't even think it was the Air 2S. I think it was the Air 2 that I was flying that day. That's Maddie's kids right there, and Lauren in the background. That's all of us sitting there. There's Mitch, you, Ray. But I was just goofing off with the drone, trying to get some footage that day. Hanging out, having fun.
I tell you, Maddie's kids had a great time that day.
Yep. That was, 3 years ago?
I know. I can't believe it. Time flies. And you even brought a barbecue and cooked some sausage, right? You
Yeah,
made
there's a
some
picture.
sausage that day.
There's a picture of you holding the bratwurst at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was flying my Air 2. That's my Air 2 there.
You do your famous thumb, going sending it up in the air.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling everybody's going up, you
There's
know?
Maddie and Mitch and
There's
Ron.
Mitch, the old guy with his drone.
Yep.
But anyway, it was a great day. And this is
It
what
was.
gave us the idea to have another one, guys. There's Lauren, there's Mitch, and there's that sausage Ken made. Great video, Ken.
Thanks.
Very, very nice, really. I'll tell you. And that's what it's all about, having a good time, you know? But that's where the idea for the South Florida drone meetup came from, flying that day, right, Ken?
It did. That was a fun day too. I enjoyed that. We've had a lot of fun since then.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it, you know?
Mhm.
And, you know, so right now, what do you consider to be your favorite drone?
Well, my Mini 3 Pro.
Okay.
I love my
Yep.
Mini 3 Pro, but I don't have an Air 3 or a Mavic 3 or any of that, or the Mini 3 4 or a Mini 4. I don't have any of those, but I'm not interested in getting any of them yet. I'm waiting. I think if the Air 3, just none of the new features are blowing my mind to where I feel like I need it. So I've been building some FPV drones, and hopefully they'll send out a good drone, like an Air 3S maybe will be good, or the Mini 3 4 may, or the Mini
Hey,
4.
Ted. How you doing, Ted Nemeth? Welcome. Appreciate you watching. And there's Michael Flyzone. How you doing? Good to see you, Mike. And Dominic, Northside Hawk. Yeah, I have my Mini 3 Pro right here. I don't fly it that much, Ken, but I did get to fly it last week. I had a little mini meetup with John Olson and Paul Zenz, and I did send the Mini 3 Pro up, and I got some good shots with it. It's amazing how great this drone is, really.
I love it. It's easy. I flew it today. I flew it this morning out of my backyard.
But you know what my favorite is?
In the Mavic 3.
The Mavic 3.
You haven't shown them the Avata that you bought?
Yeah, I know.
3 Avatas.
Well, you know, I've been a good boy, so maybe Santa will bring it, you know. But we'll see. But anyway, yeah. So, and again, if anybody has any questions for Ken, feel free to ask. Very knowledgeable, and Ken likes to share his information. I really hope you can make one of the South Florida drone meetups. I know you go back to work and you know you're not available, but hopefully maybe your schedule will make you available this year.
I hope so. I do. I'm hoping. We'll see how this year goes. April is just kind of the very beginning of the busy season for me. It's very difficult at that time.
I know. It is. But anyway, I know you're there in spirit, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and you're one of the biggest supporters. And by the way, if you guys aren't subscribed to Ken, place it here, his YouTube channel. Please do it now. Don't wait until after the show. And subscribe to each other. Make sure you're subscribed. I see John, Connecticut Pirate, just, you know, subscribe to Ted, and I was glad to see that. But be sure you subscribe to each other. That's what this drone community is all about, supporting each other and helping each other and flying for fun. You know. So, but I'm looking at the chat, and most of the time I miss the questions if somebody asks a question. But you know, I do have a little format, Ken, and actually this week's tip of the week is just treat each other the way you want to be treated. It's really not about drones, but it's just treat others the way you want to be treated. But if you have any drone tips, you could share it. You have any drone tips, Ken?
You know, You know me, I'm real conservative when it comes to flying drones. So, I mean, one of the biggest things I do, and a lot of people will disagree with this, but if I change locations on flying a camera drone, I don't even care if it's 5 miles away. I'll recalibrate my compass every time. And I hear that, unless you're going, over 30 miles or over 100 miles, you don't need to recalibrate. But I just got in a habit of doing it every single time before I take off just to be safe.
That's a good tip. That's a great tip, actually, because that can spoil your day sometimes if you don't do it.
Yeah.
You
Don't
know, you
forget to hit record.
well, that's another one. I know, and I think everybody has made that mistake. I know I have. You think you're getting some great shots. And Ted Nemeth, he's one of the professional photographer and filmmaker. He gives a lot of tips on his channel. By the way, guys, you want to learn about photography and drone aerial shots, go to Ted's channel. But anyway, yeah, don't forget to hit record. you know. So, and don't fly with a bad battery. I know that's a good tip, really, because you never know. Your drone could fall out of the sky, you
TJ.
know. And that's a good tip, TJ. But I'm glad. Oh, by the way, TJ ended up buying an Air 2S just to let everybody know. So he'll be flying his camera drone pretty soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, and congratulations, TJ, on that, because the Air 2S is an awesome drone, no doubt about it. So, but the other thing, I'm trying to read the comments, um, and JC Flying's in the house. How you doing, John? I don't know if I said hello to you earlier, um, but John Carroll, he's one of the biggest supporters of this channel and the Fly for Fun show. And he's made his reservations for the South Florida drone meetup. And I was glad to see that. So we'll all get to see John. And like I said, guys, just to let you know, I have 84 names on the list, the South Florida drone meetup list. Uh, Mela DeFu, 65, she signed up the other day. And Um, that's going to be her first time at the South Florida Drone Meetup, so it's going to be good to see her and meet her. And we got another Canadian coming. Jordy Beauchart is going to be coming with his dad, Jim Beauchart, and it's going to be great to see that. And this year we have two pilots coming from Europe, just to let you know. Steve Gardner, and Terry Hawes. They're coming from Europe. Can you imagine that, Ken?
That's crazy.
I know.
That's really cool.
But I received some bad news, and it's not real bad, but the hotel is supposedly sold out of our block of discounted rooms. And I've been telling people, just about a week after the last one started, because that's when we got the agreement that they were going to keep the same rate to book your room. So, but there's a lot of other hotels that are close, and the rates aren't that much higher. So just check it out. I myself use Expedia, not that I'm plugging them or anything like that. It's just that it's easy to compare your hotel rates. So, but anyway, and Gary's coming. There's Gary. How you doing? Gary Brand Aerials. He's coming down from Canada. He wanted to be number 6 on the list, and he's number 6 for next year's South Florida Drone Meetup. So, and if you are coming, just let me or one of the other members of the drone committee know you're coming. I'll add you to the list, because we do pull a raffle prize and give somebody a raffle prize based on their number. So, but anyway, when do you plan on flying, Ken, and where? You got any flights lined up?
Jackrabbit, Scott.
Yeah.
He called me the other day. He's got a job here in St. Augustine coming up, but he gets to pick the day that he comes out to do the job. So he asked me when I was available, and I told him since I wasn't working, I'm available every day. So just give me a call whenever he's coming in town. But he should be coming in town the next couple of days or a few days.
Oh,
And we were going to go
fun.
eat lunch and fly some drones together.
That'll be fun. No doubt about it. But listen, I have one of your videos queued up, ready to go. It's a little FPV flying with Mikey from Fly Zone.
Okay.
So maybe we'll take a couple of minutes and show this one, and you can talk about it.
Oh, this is one where I was bringing my RV down to put it in a or to pick it up, and I went and saw Mikey for like about an hour or two, and decided to throw the quad up right behind his house, and we were just flying around. That was a good day. That was fun.
Yeah, but I mean, you're zipping along, doing flips and twirls. Look at this.
It's I mean, I'm getting more comfortable. I mean, you don't see me diving below the trees or anything. You see me staying up high because I'm still nervous, but I can definitely control it now. I'm definitely feeling more comfortable.
I think you fly FPV great. I really do.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I fly. That's my 5-inch quad, but
Okay,
I have
5-inch.
I have a couple others too. I've got a 3-inch that's built, and then I have a couple of small tiny whoops in the Avada.
It's a great FPV flight, really.
This was the hardest part right here, trying to come in and land, because I was trying to go in under the trees without hitting them.
There you go. Very good. You always, at least me, you always, wonder if the guy's going to crash flying FPV. Usually they put it in the title because that gets viewers.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, they say, and tell me if this is true, half the fun is crashing. Is that true?
It is. You have to crash when you're flying, because if you're not crashing, you're not trying to get better, and you can't fly it like a camera drone. You have to go out and you have to fly the thing and try to do stuff, and it's gonna.
Hey, Jody. Well, I don't know. That's one thing that makes me shy away from FPV is I wouldn't want to crash.
The way they make them now, though, I mean, my 5-inch, I've crashed that thing so many times, and I've only had to replace props on that, and that's it. And they're easy to replace.
Okay, yeah. Well, the Avada looks like a very sturdy drone.
Well, it's got the the oh no button on it. So, well, actually, I mean, you wouldn't even fly in acro. You would just be flying in sport or normal mode. And just like what Johnny and everybody does, I mean, you get that motion controller too, and you just put the dot where you want it to go, and it goes right there, and you've got the goggles on. It's a ton of fun.
Now, Mark Sullivan is saying he's too scared to put the Avada in manual. Do you have any tips for him on that?
Use a simulator before you put it in manual. Once you're used to flying in the simulator. I mean, that's what helped me. And I mean, there's a lot of people out there who never flew the simulator. They flew it right in acro, and they just went and learned. For me, it was easier to put it in the simulator and learn how to fly and get comfortable. Then it gave me the guts to be able to put it in acro and do it, because I didn't want to crash either when I first started, and I still did. So,
happy birthday, Jerry.
Well, happy birthday.
We'd sing to you, but you don't want to hear us sing. Happy birthday. So, but anyway, I've yet to seriously crash any of my DJI drones. I've never really crashed any of them. I had hard landings with that first one that I bought, the Spy Strike. That thing, would have a mind of its own. But I've never crashed a DJI drone. But again, I'm a wimpy flyer. You know how I am. I'm very, very conservative.
So, Mark, you can still put it in manual, and you don't have to flip around and do rolls and stuff. Just put it in manual and practice going straight and turning and coming back. Just, you don't try to do anything fancy. Just get used to flying in manual.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. It seems it seems very complicated for me, I don't know if I can handle it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. See, Paul gives a good tip too, because I don't know if Paul has the Avada. I know he flies the POS, but yeah, you take it straight up real high and fly around and practice. And if you get in trouble, you can hit that oh no button and
okay.
It'll
Yeah.
just level itself out and you're good. And then just fly it back where you want to.
All right. That's good. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But you know who's flying FPV now is TJ. TJ's got the Avata,
Mhm.
and he's getting pretty good at it. So, I've flown the Avata twice now. Michael Wright let me fly his with the motion controller, you know, and then Rob Kamada let me fly his with the sticks. And for me, it was so much easier with the sticks. But again, I was flying it like a GPS drone.
Right.
To tell you the truth, you know.
Joe gives another good point. You can set it up to where it can't do flips, but you're still flying in manual.
And Mikey gives lessons just to let people know on
Yep.
his live stream Tuesdays.
7 to 9. I think that's Central Standard Time. He's going into the simulator, and people can join in on the simulator and practice.
That's cool. That's great, actually. It is. When I first started flying, Ken, I watched videos all the time on
Mhm.
how to fly, what settings to keep your drones at, and I could name the names, Kelly Shores,
Mhm.
Billy Kyle, Ken Herron. I think that's how you and I got to know each other. We were watching Ken Herron and we would chat
Yeah, I think it was Ken Herron's show that we met each other in the chat. Yep.
in the chat, Um, Rick Smith too, and Drone Nation. Can't forget Ron and Marcus. I learned so much from those guys, really.
What they used to be called, Xeno Nation?
No, I it was Drone Nation when I first started watching
Okay.
it. Yeah. So, um, we got a drone superstar in the chat, Mark Fisher. How you doing, Mark? Good to see you. I haven't really, Mark, he's taking a break from the live streams and everything, and we miss you, Mark. Just to let you know. So come on in, keep coming back.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yeah, he's another guy who went over to the Avata. He don't like
Mhm.
camera drones no more. He flies the Avata. So, oh, there it
There she
is.
is.
Okay, I was waiting for you to show us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there she is.
So now, what kind of bumpers are those? Tell us about those bumpers.
They're Ken Dono's Rib Riders.
Yep. Okay.
They're his original ones that he has.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So do you really love flying that thing?
I do. It's a lot of fun. I had one bad experience that a few people had where the props got eaten up, the original stock props. I went and
Okay.
I throttled it really hard, and one of the props got all chewed up and came right through the bolts or nuts or whatever, and it fell right out the sky. But that's the only issue I'd ever
Wow.
had. I replaced them, and I haven't had any problems since.
Okay. Yep. I know. I've heard
I'm
about
in a
that.
big field. I was in a big field flying too, and there was one shed in the middle of the field. And of all places for it to fall, it came down and smacked the top of the shed instead of landing in the grassy field.
Well, I guess
I
it
did,
could have been a lot worse, right? That's how you got to look at it.
I did crack the frame a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway. Oh, okay. So Mark is back to camera drones, and he's got the Mavic 3 Pro. All right. Very good. Congratulations, Mark. All the best with it. He does the big time um, shoots. He does commercials and all of that. So um, and it's hard. Like I say, it's hard to keep the conversation going. Look at the chat. See if I'm missing any important ones. But
Mark Sullivan's asking a question.
okay, did I pass it? Let's see. What caused it? What caused
Yeah,
it to me? Right
when
there.
I crashed the Avata.
Okay.
A lot of people say it's because the screws are too tight when you're screwing the props in. And then what happened was when I spun it really fast, the prop just pulled through. Like the holes just ripped open and the prop got chewed up and just came right off. I don't know if it was from over screwing the props or not, because I actually, when everybody else was having those problems, I unscrewed all mine and screwed them back in and tried to put them in just snug so that wouldn't happen. And it still happened with me. So I just think it was a bad batch of props that DJI had sent out at one point. I haven't had a problem with the new props that I put on there.
Well, there's a rumor out, that there's going to be an Avata Mini maybe coming out, or
I
the
heard
Avata
that.
2. What do you think about that?
Oh, I'll buy that. That's what I'm saving my money for.
How did I know you were going to say that?
If they come out with an Avata Mini or something, I will buy it first day.
I think an Avata Mini would really, really sell, you know,
Mhm.
especially if it was a little quieter too. Now,
Yeah.
when you fly that, do you have any complaints of people with the noise and everything?
No, I'm careful where I fly it. I don't
Okay,
fly it where I think I'm going to make somebody mad. So I just kind of go fly it where I know I can.
yeah, okay, because it is loud. When I was
That's
flying, excuse me, when I was flying with Angel this past weekend, Saturday, he had flew his Avata up at this Lambert Tower, and there were some people, obviously sightseeing there, and it was loud. That drone is loud.
it's louder than a 5-inch quad, in my opinion. Other people say no, but I think it is. That thing's loud.
And Jody's waiting on the Avata too. Yep.
Hmm.
All right, we'll see, Jody. We'll see. And Joe, he's gonna buy it too, Joe. And Joe, everybody knows Joe Fodolio is one of the best FPV pilots in this drone community among us. Anyway, you
He's
know.
great. I
Oh,
love
let's see what
watching his
John
videos.
JC has to say. Approach me to fly with their team. Very, very
Oh,
nice,
very cool.
John. Congratulations. All right, good. I hope it all works out.
Joe, you don't need to be blushing. I've been watching you fly. You're doing great.
Well, I tell you, it's amazing because um, I know I'm getting the itch. I really am. I'm getting the itch, and like I
Don't get
say,
frustrated though. When you start doing it, the biggest thing is just don't get frustrated. You gotta get over the hump. Once you get over the hump, you'll love it. It just becomes natural.
yeah. Hey, we got Steve Jones in the house. How you doing, Steve? Primal Drones. Good to see you. And I'm wondering, I guess Steve flies drones for the Baytown Police Department. Well, he runs the unit actually. I'm wondering. I forget if you told me they have Avatas in the drone unit now. I think they do. But
They
anyway,
We had a garage, a parking garage collapse here in Jacksonville about a month or two ago. I don't know if you saw that on the news.
yes, I did.
It was
Hmm.
St. Vincent's. Just the other night, they were showing some footage of the garage, and it had to have been a Nevada because they were flying into the garage and then
Hey,
they were
Ronnie.
actually going in the cars and looking around in the cars and then flying out of the cars. It was really cool. Whoever the pilot was did a really good job of doing it, but it was neat for them to be able to do that.
Well, it definitely does have some advantages, no doubt about it. You know.
Hey, Max.
Hey, we got another drone celebrity, Max 420's in the chat. How you doing, Max?
Sergio, what's up, man?
Sergio, another one. Look at that. How you doing, Serge? Good to see you. Yeah. Um, but I tell you, you never know. I may go over to the dark side. So, but I need a try it a few more times. That's for sure.
Well, we'll see each other again soon. You can fly my Avata.
All right, good, good. I'll be looking forward to it.
I still haven't flown your Mavic 3. You know that, but that's because I turned you down.
Well, I offered it to you.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. I didn't want to. I didn't want to risk it.
Well, when we fly in St. Augustine, you definitely fly it this time.
I have a new secret spot.
Oh, you do?
If Hot
Really?
Rod's in here, him and I found it together.
Oh,
But
really? You
him and
allowed
I,
to tell everybody in the chat or no?
we're the only ones who know that it's on top of the parking garage over by the city.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Good.
It's actually a lot of fun. You don't lose any signal. We can fly everywhere we want to go from the top of the garage, and we don't get bothered.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to flying with you. That's for sure. My friend Steve's going to be there with us. You met Steve at Secret Spot number 1.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
something I want to fly this year with you is the lighthouse, the Jupiter Lighthouse.
oh yeah, that's
We
a good place.
visited, you and I visited there, and you showed me the spot, but I
It was
forgot
too
why.
windy. It was too windy
Yeah,
that morning,
forgot
and
why.
we went further away.
That's right.
We
I
went
wanna
to
fly that.
the Sawgrass Park, right?
Yes, yes,
We
that's
flew
right.
drones there.
Yeah,
Yes.
we walked around and flew from over here. I remember now.
Yeah. But anyway, um, I know I have a viewer video that I like the show. So let me show a viewer video right now. It's just part of my little format, and a lot of people n- know John Flynn, and John Flynn puts out some incredible videos. So
Yes, he does.
let me just share his right now because he did this fall colors recently. Sunday, Saturday.
Hmm.
And I
I
really,
love,
really like the way John flies and does his videos.
I love the videos of the leaves changing.
And he's a big supporter of this show and the Fly for Fun show. Of
Hey,
most,
Chris,
and look at the colors up there.
that's
Him and
incredible.
Colleen
Especially with the
went
blue
for
water.
a romantic getaway, and he flew drones. But he was flying by the beach. Really nice video, John. He apologized that he couldn't watch the show live. He's going to watch it on the replay. Hey, Chris Hope, how you doing? Another drone celebrity is joining us. How you doing? But he's going to watch the replay. But John, you are an incredible drone pilot. Joel, Mr. Skyfly, how you doing? Good to see you. He just encompasses so much in his videos too. This was a nice, relaxing one. But anyway, great job, John. Thank you for letting me show it. And it's funny because John Flynn, he ended up putting this photo on Facebook, just to let you know. And I'm going to get glare because I still got the cellophane around it. But I don't know if you saw this photo on Facebook. And I immediately contacted him. And I said, John, I want to buy one of them from you. And he said, well, Ray, you just let me know what size and I'll have it printed up. And within 4 or 5 days, I had it.
That's
So I
awesome.
got to say thank you to John. That was one of my favorite drone photos, that waterfall. But I tell you, Ken, you've been a great guest tonight, really,
Thank you.
And I appreciate it, I've learned a lot from you. You've passed on information to me and I've learned a lot from you. So thank you.
Well, you taught me how to play the harmonica.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, I just happen to have it right here. So yeah, we did that little duet there, or whatever we did.
They thought we were crazy. We sat there and played our harmonicas in the
Hey,
middle
Greg
of
Pittman, how
the
you doing? Good to see you. I know. It's all
Nobody
about having
tipped us.
fun.
Nobody tipped us. We should have put a bucket out there or something.
Well, I tell you, I like flying there at the bridge. What's it called? The Bridge of Kings?
Bridge Alliance.
Oh, okay. All right.
Bridge Alliance.
And then we can fly to that fort too, right?
Yeah, just don't fly over it.
Right. We got to stay away
It's
from it.
protected.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you got the lighthouse, the St. Augustine Lighthouse. There's so many
Exactly.
great places up there in St. Augustine.
You need to fly the Concourse Marina this time as well because it got a lot of pretty big fishing boats in there, kind of like where your place is in Jupiter Stewart area.
Hey, V-Dub, how you doing? Good to see you. I know. So I'm looking forward to flying with you, Ken. I'm counting the days.
You on a good trip. I got to see a lot of people and fly with a lot of people on my way home this time from Wisconsin.
I know. Who else did you fly with?
I flew with John Coopy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fun.
That's
And
right.
of course, I saw DeMarco
Yeah.
on my way. And then I flew with Johnny and Captain Joe. And then I stayed at Jackrabbit's house in his front yard in my RV, but he was in Italy at the time. And then I went down to Tampa and I saw my son for about 2 weeks, but I got to see Ken Dono and flew with him and had lunch.
Okay.
And that was fun. And then I went back up to my house from there. So I got to see a good amount of people on the way.
Yeah, you had quite a few meetups. Yeah, many meetups.
It was a good time.
That's great when you fly with other people, really. But the other thing that I do, Ken, is I have a monthly giveaway, and it's only for a $10 Amazon gift card, and it's very easy. You're eligible too, because you don't know what the lucky number is. So now's the time to put in your lucky number between 1 and 44. So put it in the chat, and I'll see if I can spot it. Nope, it's not 3, Ken.
Darn it. That's my lucky number. That's the one I choose every time. If y'all ever want me to win something, make the number 3, because that's what I choose.
But I tell you, it's fun because I miss somebody is very close. 2 people are close. I usually miss it, and then the chat corrects me, and then I double check it tomorrow. But anyway, next month, just to let everybody know, is I'm going to go back to giving away a hat and a T-shirt, and somebody put in 102. Okay. 420. Okay. All right. I see it. All right. Somebody got it. Hopefully this is the first one that got it. But Gary, Brand Aerials, 44. It was number 44. So Gary, your name's going to go in the hat for the monthly giveaway. Congratulations. But it's all about having fun, see who gets it, But I got to say thank you to everybody in the chat for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry for the mix-up in the beginning. It was this mask that threw me all off. We're going to blame it on him. And I have to say, I want everybody to have a happy, healthy, safe Halloween. Be good to all the trick-or-treaters when they come around, And now, Ken, it's time for you to say your goodbyes and anything you want to promote.
If you guys want to go subscribe to my channel, I would love it. I don't put out a ton of content, but just like anybody, any content I put out, I love, and I just like to share it. I'm not trying to grow my channel, but if you guys want to go watch and comment on them, I would love it. And thanks for everybody coming in to support me. I'll be on a guest on Ray's show. I really do appreciate it. All you guys are awesome. All right. Thank you.
Well, thanks again, Ken. I know you're busy and you took the time out to be on the show. Actually, he was scheduled, and then I moved him up to this tonight, and he graciously accepted. And he even went out and bought that Halloween mask to add a little fun to the show tonight. So thank you, Ken, really. And thank you all in the chat for watching. Monday's a busy night, right after this. And I'm going into this time right now is Pilot Institute. Greg is starting to do a live stream, a Q&A at 7 p.m. And sometimes Duranify is on at 7 p.m. And then we got the Grumpy Vlogger at 8 with Lloyd Mendenhall. And don't forget about Drone Nation tonight with Ron Brown and Marcus Crawford and Ron DeMarco Moore at 9 p.m. Drone Nation's one of my favorites. And thank you all for tuning in. Just get out there. As Johnny and I say, fly for fun, but most importantly, fly safely. And we'll see you again next week. And Ken and I are just going to